What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be recapping the 2025 AFL trade period for Port Adelaide. As you know, across the journey we've been able to cover what's been coming in and out of the club throughout the last couple of weeks, in particular the players that we have recruited from trades and obviously free agents as well. And we're here today to overall grade the trade period, which ended up being quite a successful one for Port Adelaide. It was one that I think we had a set plan. We knew exactly what we had in our hand and what we could use, and we attacked it precisely. We didn't end up getting Braden Fiorini, which was a big target of ours, but in saying that, the three players that we did pick up for the value that we got for them was a very quality trading period. So I'm very happy to say that I sit here now with Port Adelaide probably getting a tick of approval from mine, and I'm going to come straight out and say that my grade for Port Adelaide for this year's trade period was a B+. A lot of people will come out and all the pundits and everything will say, why is it a B+? Or you'll see you'll see on Fox Footy, for example, I'm sure Channel 9, Channel 7 and all the AFL websites will be grading Port Adelaide with probably a C. I saw Fox Footy grade us a C-, which I don't think they quite understand the plan that Port Adelaide had. They went into it with a set idea of making sure that we bolster our 2026 draft capital. We make sure we utilise what we can to get players in that are role players and contributors to the side. This is Josh Carr's Moneyball era, kicking off straight away with getting players that might not feel comfortable where they are and basically bringing them home, essentially with Corey Durden, Will Brodie and Jacob Ware all leaving their clubs to come to Port Adelaide. Now, Jacob Ware was a free agent. We knew that was happening from the outset. A lot of these players, Will Brodie and Jacob Ware in particular, were players from the start that we sort of knew were hinted at a couple of months ago even, and they're definitely role players and ones that I'm bullish of. And to get Will Brodie for pick 103 and to get Jacob Ware basically for free as a free agent, unrestricted free agent, is a real positive and a real plus. And it's these types of players that are looking for opportunities, are looking for a change, and they can definitely make a difference to their club. So 2 ticks there for Port Adelaide, and the third one was Corey Durden, who came from Carlton as an SA boy. He's getting married and he wanted to come home, put the feelers out. Wasn't necessarily going to get over the line, and he ended up being in a 3-way trade with Carlton, Gold Coast and Port Adelaide, with Ainsworth going to the Blues. Pick 29 from us ended up going to the Suns, and eventually we got a future second back as well, which was quite crucial to that deal, and it was very quickly done. So 3 trades, 3 player acquisitions I'm very positive and bullish about, and 3 that I'm very happy to say that are going to be Port Adelaide players in 2026. They're not standout players by any means. We know that. We know what our acquisitions are. We know what draft hand we had this year, and then we know the draft this year wasn't strong. We weren't going to come out and absolutely, attack the biggest of the best. We had a lot of money in the salary cap, but not a lot to play with and not a lot to play for. Which, we weren't in the market for anything in particular. And we were obviously asking the question, but we've got bigger things to go after, especially next year with making sure we re-sign Zach Butters and Mitch Georgiades, making sure that we're getting our NGA Academy prospect in Dougie Cochran, making sure that we are set up perfectly for the next couple of years after that with future draft picks and future father sons and academy players coming through the ranks as well. Obviously, we got rid of a couple of key picks in this trade period, but we still hold on to pick 49, which I think eventually will be a pick swap. We know the trading of players is done and dusted, and the deadline is done there, but you can trade picks all the way up to the draft, and I have a real strong sense that we'll be trading out of this draft completely. We do have 3 picks anyway when they roll in after all the academy picks and everything's been used, and eventually we'll probably just use our 3 picks for elevations. Tommy Cochran and Harrison Ram are among the players that are in contention to be elevated to the senior list as well. So congratulations to them. So don't expect much from Port Adelaide, to say the least, on draft night, because we've pretty much used all of ours and will be heavily attacking next year. And it essentially is been it's been an interesting period for the whole 10 days of Port Adelaide. They've snuck under the radar in what we've achieved to get, which is a set plan, Moneyball type plan. Get Will Brodie, get Corey Durden, get Jacob Ware. Miss out on Braden Ferrini, but they are players that are looking for opportunities and are hungry. Josh Carr's looking for a fresh start. They are looking for a fresh start, and it's players that he's gone out and got himself, which is a great testament to a coach wanting exactly what he wants for his needs, which is fantastic. We've also been able to detour away talks from Zach Butters. There was heavy speculation right throughout the trade period of potentially being a trade request, potentially him asking to leave, potentially there being some Moneyball offer or something Godfather-like to be suggesting that he's going to leave Port Adelaide in this trade period. Heavily shut down. That distraction was definitely not what was part of the plan, but we did it perfectly. And it's great to see, because now we can set our sights on attacking both the draft, and if there's any potential delisted free agents, we will go after. There's also a very strong possibility in the preseason draft, Jack Watkins will be picked up as a rookie as well, which is really good to hear. So there's a lot of strong prospects still to come for Port. I don't suggest that we are completely done out of the draft per se, or preseason drafts, or even the supplementary player period, or these types of players that haven't got opportunities have been delisted, or you're waiting for them to come for free. Maybe there's a little slight plan to slip into the DMs of Calamarchi and suggest, hey, look, no, you didn't get traded. No, you want to come back home to South Australia. We know Adelaide are offering you overs. Do you want to come down to Alberton? Just slip a little note in his locker room? I don't know. We'll see. But going by Jason Cripps, everything was basically set out to plan. We attacked it perfectly. We ticked the boxes, and I'm very happy to suggest that this was a successful trade period in the minds of Port Adelaide and in the minds of fans, I think, as well. We were never going to come into this trade period going, right, we're going to get Petrarca, we're going to get Hugh Hagen, we're going to get Charlie Curnow. We don't have the capital for that. We've got a set plan in place. I trust our list management. We've been able to turn over our lists and be able to compete and be competitive. And whilst 2025 was beyond a failure, it still showed signs, and still we have capabilities with a strong list going into 2026 that anything can happen. So looking forward to it all. Looking forward to what eventuates. But I'm really happy with how Port Adelaide went in this year's trade period. You guys let me know in the comments below your thoughts as well, because there was a lot to play out, a lot to take on board. And yeah, if you got any questions or you would love to know more, please hit me up in my DMs as well. But overall, very, very, very happy. And yeah, let me know in the comments below your thoughts about Port Adelaide's trade period too. Thank you for watching, Port fans. Thank you so much for being so supportive and really just getting behind all the content during the trade period. It was amazing to see everyone's contributions and thoughts about Port Adelaide and the recruits and all the videos. So if you haven't seen those videos for Jacob Ware, Corey Durden and Will Brodie, go check them out. They'll be on the channel, and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content to come your way as well. The episode of The Glass Table will be out on Monday, a new one there, and also we live stream on Wednesday night after the trade period ended as well. So go check that out for all of our reactions to the trades. I'll be greatly appreciated. But yeah, nearly at 6,000 subscribers, so that would be a great achievement to end the year. Thank you so much for watching once again. My name's Anthony, and as always, count the pair.